me I slept with him and didn't get nothing? You mean to tell me I was sleeping with her and didn't catch nothing? That's why I got to praise him, because he kept me when I was being foolish, when I was in the world. He still kept me. Some of you know what it's like. You look back over your life and you say, my God, what was I thinking? Some of you know what it's like to be driving down the highway and look over to the other side and see your ex and just say, God, I so thank you ain't with that food no more. Some of you know what it's like to ride down by the roads and ride by the mansion and ride by our car and say, God, I so thank you, you let me made it out of there too. Some of you know what it's like to go in your own neighborhood and say, God, I'm so glad you brought me out of the dope game. Some of you know what it's like to be in the old neighborhood and say, God, I'm glad you kept me in the midst of that drive. I know bullets didn't hit me. They shut up my house, but God, I made it out all right. Would you just thank God for bringing you through every storm in your life? So has to be a turnaround moment. It's a moment important in your life when you understand and recognize if God don't help me, I can't make it through this storm. Can I tell somebody in here, for I reckon that this present suffering is not worthy to be compared to the glory that shall be revealed in us. Some of you been wondering, God, why in the world would you keep taking little old me through all these storms? I just came out of one last week. I just got rent money last week. Now I don't have it this one. I just got it the other day, and now I don't have it. But God is saying, I've got to find somebody to use for my glory. I've got to use somebody to change our generation. Can I have some of you in here? You keep wondering why in the world do I keep going through all these cycles? And God is saying it's all from our glory. Would you touch me, people, and say it's for his glory, baby? That's why you keep going through. It's for the glory. So now, he tells his disciples, after he makes the declaration, and he gives them a place of destiny. I've been in service pastors where they told me if I jump up and turn around that I was going to spit out of my problem, but I spit right back into something else. I've been in the service where they told me if I just write and break the person's name down and ball it up and throw it behind me, my past would be over. I've been in services where everybody told me and all of the prophets prophesied, but I still find myself going through all kind of life issues, and I say, God, why in the world would you keep taking me through after I just came out? And God is saying it's because I've got somebody who's attached to you that needs your story. Can I preach about 3 people in here who workers keep giving you hell? They hating on you for no reason. You don't understand why they don't like you. Can I talk to the young folk? You don't understand why the bullies keep picking on you. You can't understand why the teacher look at you funny. It's because God is saying, I've got to use you for my glory. So now, not only must you recognize when it's your moment, not only must that be a Sunday moment, but then there must be a moment of faith. Would you tell somebody and say, my neighbor, you gotta have faith. I just want to push this little part right here. Because oftentimes the life issue, every now and then you have to reassure yourself. You have to look over what God did for you in the past. That's why every time I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that the Lord has done for me, my soul cries yes. If I called on David, David would tell you when he was up against the giant, when he was up against Goliath, he didn't know how he was going to handle this big giant. He didn't know how he was going to knock him down. He didn't know how God was going to bring him over. But David, he began to recollect in his mind of what the Lord had already done. Sometimes you got to